Hey, hi everyone. So guys, if you remember, as part of the previous session, we were discussing about this while loop, right? So let us continue this while, with the next set, which is a kind of a do while basically. Okay, this do while is a similar set of a while itself. Let us see about a do while and as well as a continue as part of this particular session. So here I'm creating a new file basically do while example for do while dot ts. I just created this particular file. So there is a small difference between while and a do while. If you see while, initially, it is comparing the conditions. If the condition outcome is a true, then only it will proceed further. Whereas a do while, what it does means basically it will execute the logic first, and then at the end it will be comparing that particular conditions. So here, let me add a syntax for this particular do while so that we can better understand that. Do the logic. Okay, so do the logic here inside the do block, and at the end while condition. So what it will happen initially, for the very first time it will enter the block, it will perform that particular operations, and at the end it will check the condition. If the condition outcome is true, it will continue with the further operations. So the basic difference between while and a do while is, if you see the while, initially, it will compare the condition. If the condition outcome is true, then only it will continue, which means if a set of logic is there inside a while, until and unless the condition got passed, it won't even execute for one time. Whereas a do while, as it is comparing the condition at the end, so initially it will enter the loop, it will perform the operations for once, and at the end it will check the condition. If the condition got a fail, it will not go back to the loop. So here in the do while, it performs the operation at least for once. Okay, that's the basic difference between this particular do while. Okay, so let us see the simple example of I that we have used. Okay, so J. Okay, let J do console.log j plus plus when j is less than or equal to 10. Again, I am using a copilot features itself where I just perform the tab operation. The whole lines of a code it got generated. Okay, perfectly all right. Let's try to hit this particular play button and see. Okay, see here, value of a j is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 1 to 10, all the values are got retrieved. Copy this, comment it up, put it here, and this time, instead of printing this particular value, what I am doing is, if j module 2 is equal to 0, then only just print it. Equal to 0 itself is an even number. We know that, right? Whenever it is equal to 0, it's an even number. So let me try to run this particular code and check it out. So, okay, let me save this code. Let me try to run this particular piece and just check it out. See here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all the even numbers got printed. Let me comment it up. Let me put it here. And this is not equal to 0. Odd numbers up to 10, even it will be printing that particular stuff. And when I run this particular code, odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all the values got retrieved and printed down to the console. Okay, perfectly all right. So this is the way that where exactly we can use a while loop and as well as a do while. Okay, that's fine. So the next thing out over here is, what is the basic difference between while and a do while? That's we have just explained a few minutes before, right? I have explained you about a few minutes before. And when can a while convert into a infinite loop? So the point here, if you remember, as part of the while example, right? If you forgot to add this increment operator, automatically that while logic would be a kind of an infinite loop itself, right? That's what we have seen also, right? And Ideally, a basic question. Surendra, in the previous session, we have studied about a for and a while, right? What is the basic difference between for and a while? So consider a situation that you need to scroll down a web page for 5 different times. So here, you know the number of times. How many times you need to scroll down? It's a 5. In such cases, you can use a for loop where you will be asking it to rotate for 5 times. Whereas you don't know how many times the page you need to scroll down, you need to scroll until the desired text should display at the bottom of the screen. In such cases, you will use a while. So this is a basic comparison where exactly you can use a for and as well as a while. And there is a one more loop is gonna be a for each loop that will be working on an arrays. As of now, we haven't studied anything about arrays, hence I'm not explaining that. That we will study as part of our next session, probably once we are done with the arrays. As of now, what I'm gonna explain here is I'm gonna talk about the continue statement. So what exactly the significance of this continue statement, and why are we gonna use this continue statement? Basically, this continue statements, see here, even for this comment also, my copilot is giving the suggestions. See here, I just pressed a tab operation here. Okay, so this continue statement skips the current iteration of the loop and moves to the next iteration. Okay, let me try a for loop. So here the for loop is ranging from 1 to 10. And the simple thing here is if the I value is 5, skipping the iteration, and here I'm using a continue and I'm just using the I value print. So inside the for loop, without this particular logic, if you observe, it's just having an I value printing. Additionally, I'm using if I value is equal to 5, continue. If you remember earlier, we used a break. What is the significance of a break? It will terminate that particular execution. And let us see how this continue is gonna perform this operation. I saved this program and let me try to run this program and check it out. It got printed down, but one, two, three, four. The fifth iteration, as the I is becoming 5, it doesn't continued further here. See, basically, whenever the I is a 5, it entered this particular one. It come to continue. Whenever the continue got encountered here, it will not go to the next line in the code, it will be continuing with the next value, which is I becomes a 6, and it will continue further. So continue with the further execution. Don't go with the next steps that you have in the code. Continue with the next value. That's the reason up to 4 it got a printed, and after that skipping the iteration got a printed, and it doesn't move to the next line, which is a value of I equal to 5. It didn't print to the console directly. The 6 got a printed as it moved out from that particular one. Okay, perfectly all right. Then the next point here is not only one value that I can say I equal to 7 or I equal to 9. So for three different I values, I just want to continue with it. So what it will be happening, skipping the iteration for I plus I. So I just want to see how this is going to work out. So when I run this particular program this time, if you look at the console, for those three iterations, 5, 7, and a 9, the I, it skipped that particular execution and the I value didn't print to the console. Perfectly all right. This is all about a continue using a for loop. So let us see how this continue is gonna work on a while loop. We need to know how exactly this continue will work on a while loop. So here let j, this is of a number, while j is less than or equal to 10. See, my copilot is prompting me this suggestion. If j is equal to 579, skipping this particular loop, and here it is incrementing, and here console.log j plus plus. So Surendra, why you have an increment operator inside this condition? let me comment it out and let me explain you. So what it's going to happen is I is equal to, sorry, the j is equal to 1. So 1 less than or equal to 10. The condition is true. It will come inside it. It will check whether the j value is in between these or not. It's not. It will come to this line console.print j, which is a 1, and it is incrementing that 1. Now it becomes 2. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to 5, it's really good. Whenever it's 5, the j is a 5. It entered the loop, it printed this value, it went to continue. When it went to continue, what it will happen? We have seen that whenever it went to continue, it will not go to the next lines. So then it will go to the top. So in the while you are not incrementing it, your j value is 5 always. It's a kind of an infinite loop. It will keep on executing in that particular one. So let me save it. Let me run it and let me see the console here. The J is a 5 and on top of it, it's keep on continuing it. There is a no break at all. So that's the reason here, though it comes into this, whenever you have incremented it by 1, so the value got changed again, the iteration will continue. So that's the reason when I run this particular program for this time, see the iteration got executed successfully. So this is the way how exactly, okay, so this is the way how exactly we can use this whole concept, guys. Clear? Perfectly all right. Done the deal. So this is all about the loops and as well as okay, the continuous statements. We will continue this topic in the next session with the further examples. Thank you. Bye bye.